Hey guys, Foxdrop here with another off the meta top laner Smite video, this time with Fiora. A little while back I made a video about playing Warwick top lane with Smite and that was received pretty well, so since then I've been playing around and trying to find different champions with which this strategy would work on as well. I play tested around with a lot of different champions and it kind of worked on some people but nothing too impressive. However, with Fiora I definitely feel this is a legitimate tactic similar to how it is with Warwick. Similar with the Warwick video, what I'm going to do in this one is I'm going to explain some of the theory behind playing Fiora top lane with Smite, and then I'm going to tell you how I play it so that you can go into your games and do the same. The reason why this Smite in the top lane is so good is because it allows you to buy a Skirmisher's Saber. Now normally this would be a jungle item, and what it allows you to do is to smite an enemy champion, marking them for 6 seconds. During that 6 seconds you'll do bonus true damage to that champion, and you'll also take reduced damage from them. Skirmisher's Saber is so good on Fiora because, like Warwick, her ulti procs on hit effects 5 times. This means that you are guaranteed to get at least 5 hits from that Skirmisher's Saber's true damage. One more hit on top of that and you'll be out damaging an ignite. Now it's not just with her ulti where Fiora gets good synergy with this Smite. As her title, the Grand Duelist, would suggest, she's pretty good at dueling people as well. The massive attack speed steroid on her E and the fact that she has very good gap closing with her Q means that she's going to be guaranteed to be getting a lot of basic attacks off onto targets, meaning you're getting even more synergy from the Skirmisher's Saber. However, just because you have the potential to do a lot more damage than an Ignite doesn't mean that the benefits stop there, because your Smite has only a 60-second cooldown compared to Ignite's 180. In addition, you'll also take reduced damage from that target once you've smited them, and on top of that, you can also use your Smite for other things, for example stealing jungle buffs or securing dragons and Baron. The biggest thing to note as far as differences between Warwick and Fiora goes is that Warwick would focus more on an on-hit build, whereas Fiora goes for more of a heavy AD build. Whereas this does mean that she doesn't get as much synergy from a Smite as Warwick would do, it also means that she's not so reliant on it to put out consistent high DPS. What this also means is that Fiora relies a bit more on the follow-up after her ultimate as opposed to just blowing someone up with that ulti alone. Not needing an on-hit build means that she can also go for the Warrior enchantment on her Skirmisher's Saber. Now not only is this a very good item on her, it's also extremely gold efficient, meaning that the money you use on the Skirmisher's Saber itself is less of a dump and more of an investment. However, the biggest downside about playing this Fiora Smite strategy is that your ultimates can hit multiple targets, however you can only smite one target. So during those big team fights, you're not guaranteed to get that full Smite synergy. So some details on how I like to play this Fiora top lane with Smite. This is the rune page that I like to run. This is the mastery page that I prefer. My skill order, I go E, W, Q. And this is a typical 6 item build that I'll be getting in any given game. Early game, you want to start with a Hunter's Machete and 2 potions. Fiora is naturally a strong laner, so she doesn't really need combat items to win that lane or to survive in that lane either. You also want to help your jungler by smiting his jungle path early, but make sure to not smite first because you do not want to steal his smite buff. Farm up until you have enough gold for your Skirmisher's Saber, which won't take you too long, especially if you've bought your Hunter's Machete first, and then go back and buy it. Once you got that Skirmisher's Saber, you want to smite the enemy whenever you're going to fight them, whenever you're going to trade with them, because then you'll be doing extra damage and taking less damage, guaranteeing a 1 trade. In addition, if you ever think you're going to be using your ulti anytime soon, save your Smite so that you can use it in combination with that. Fiora is an extremely good split pusher because she pushes very fast, especially with her Ravenous Hydra and attack speed steroid, and she's also very good at 1v1ing people. This means that it's not always a good idea to be grouping up, and in the mid and late game you can just push your wave down and have immense amounts of pressure, and honestly you can probably 1v2 a lot of people. The 2 big things that will get you in a lot of trouble when you're playing this style is if you get ganked a lot in the early game if you're going over aggressive, and in addition to that, if you're grouping up too much for these full on team fights. Teamfight with Fiora can go well, but if you're trying too hard to make it happen, then chances are you're going to get focused down and you're going to die. It will have much more of an impact if you just stick to your lane and stick to the 1v1s or the 2v1s. So that about does it for this Fiora Smite top guide. I hope you have fun playing it in game, and if you do have any particularly good games and you want to tweet them at me, feel free to do so at Foxdrop. But I'm not only on Twitter, you can find me on Facebook and catch me streaming on Twitch too. Those links are in the description, guys. But don't forget you can subscribe to me for more educational league content, especially about the new jungle. I'll be teaching you all I can to get you through this new Season 5 jungle. But most importantly, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in my next video.